Well, my name is Fayaz, and I grew up in a village near here, in a peasantry background. And then for my education and sort of livelihood, I had to travel outside, and I spent over 15 years outside of Kashmir and working for different organizations, studying, and then working in different cultures and contexts and interacting with lots of other people. I realized certain things, how our context in Kashmir sort of conditions people here, and why, despite people caring about their community and society, wanting to contribute, end up choosing security over creativity. So I finally decided to come back in 2010 to work with younger people here, and started a non-profit. And through that work, again, that was work with young people, trying to understand their needs and aspirations and dreams, and the hurdles they were facing to realize their dreams, and what kind of a society they wanted to live in, and how to build that society. So after about 3-4 years of doing that work, I realized people were talking about initiatives and lifestyles that would enhance the culture, that would improve the quality of life, and that would also protect the ecology. But there were no on the ground initiatives we couldn't find any. So that's how we sort of started Sagg Eco Village as an ecological entrepreneurial venture. Yeah, I mean, in the non-profit paradigm, I was approaching people, and we had collaborations to do the work. But in the for-profit paradigm, we are designing services, spaces, products and programs that would be of value to people. And that's how we are trying to generate funds. For example, we have this recreational element. This also connects back to our earlier question about sustainability. So we have three sort of verticals. One is the farming that happens here is natural. So we grow fruits and vegetables, but then we also process some of that. We make pickles, jams, we dry stuff, again using traditional methods and sort of local recipes to preserve foods, no chemicals at any stage. So that's one. So we sell some of that produce. We're also experimenting with handcrafts in the local area. So that's one vertical. The second is recreation. People can come, stay here, organize parties, have food. We also take people up these mountains for treks and camps. And the third thing is the education. So we have already been organizing a lot of camps. We have been hosting schools, colleges, universities here, because that was an essential element of the experiment itself, to reach out to other people. So we host groups, and now we are teaching ecological entrepreneurship, and more importantly, the mindset that is required to be an entrepreneur in a difficult context like Kashmir. Yeah, I think it's absolutely not just possible and feasible, but it is, I think, in my opinion, necessary. I think this is the future. And just to clarify, I mean, we have a non-profit, that's how I started, but then when we created Sagg, it's a for-profit venture, Sagg Eco Village, because for-profit sort of gives you more leverage in terms of experimenting widely, and non-profit is sort of this limited paradigm where you can't think about sustainability. You can think, but you cannot really become sustainable. So that's how we integrated our for-profit and non-profit missions into one. So that was a side note, but in terms of this being a feasible or sustainable venture, I think, as I was saying, this is the future, because one, a lot of us in the present day world are living unsatisfied lives. We are unable to sort of meet all our needs. We are struggling for one thing or the other, and that is resulting in stress for a lot of people. And that is partly also because as human beings, we have also strayed away from our purpose somewhere, and we are the best creation of nature. Now both the cultural wisdom as well as the cutting edge science agree that human sort of life is a special creation, and we are meant to sort of take on challenges. I mean, given the tools we have, I mean, if you assess these tools, why would you have a tool that you don't need? So you have a brain, you have all this unlimited capacity as a human being.